the members of the diplomatic corps, and from the UN family, the Afro-Arab youth leaders. Neema ya Jesu mwena, muruhoro je. Ati njanga mborujungu, konga wakanje ngoba chiga urujungu nishibakwata kubi. Bwanyuma ninja kuvunira ebinagamba omuli nyankole likiga. Abataka kumenya rujungu, leka maze ngambira aba Uganda yona nensi yona. And you should remember that the one who is talking to you now is a former youth. Therefore, when you spend time youth, I am a former youth, I know everything about youth. So I can really tell you, as you use your language, the roadmap. What is the safe roadmap for the youth? Because I was here in 1960 in Mbara High School. I was a youth. This is 63 years ago, and I was watching what was happening. And I've been watching since that time, and also participating. The first thing you must ensure is discipline. Discipline for yourself, to protect your life from the dangers of youth. Abanyankole baine fumu negira ngo bufuzi bwitowa kwati icumu. Omwana asoko bali efuza ali omwana muto atene bazaire konka aboko ebyetengo byo yakiri omwana nibike nabana yende byokulya naho kubyama n'ekyo kweshweka nabwe ekyo n'owaka bali efuzi nabasa kugumaho konka ari kunyeta yashogoya nikibaye mamayiso okupata icumu abaka abana bakaba batakwata amacumu icumu kandi rikwatwa omuntu omutsigazi ninga omushaija. So hatwa kwari kushogoya yaba omutsigazi agira ebizibu by'obufuzi ebyakare ataho n'ebyokunyeta ebyokuba omutsigazi. Aho niho arikugwa niho bayire efumu erikugira ngu obufuzi tibukwitira mu bwana konka bukwita wakuzire. Rero zo mu marwa ozo mu bwamaraya basi niyo orikugwa okwo. Efumu y'Abanyankole obufuzi bwita wakwata icumu mukimanye ekyo. Kwaka bakiri omwana naba aine ebizibu konka nibiba biri ebizibu ebitari kwita ebyokurya ekyokweshweka aho kubyama basi. Kwari kunyeta atagira ebizibu byakare ataho atebisyo ebye. Therefore, the first thing for the youth, when you say youth, the first thing for you, especially people are not handling you as politicians, who should be handling you as parents. Because what I'm telling you is what I tell my grandchildren now, the ones who are with me in the house. That's what I tell them. First thing is discipline. You must reject the temptations of youth. Mureke kubara ekibaro kubi, okubarekera ekibaro kukibara kubi, mukenda okushemererwa kwaho naho, uko obuyayo abakega bene ikigambo cy'obuyayo kirimu obuko butaine mani, enkwe zitaine mani. Mbwenu okukushemererwa uko obuyayo tarimu ekibaro, kora okugumisiriza wayetwara noja kushanga washenye enku ezihamire eziine orukara. So the first thing is to resist the temptations of youth. Those are really no value addition. They will add nothing to you. Secondly, studies. Concentrating on your studies so that you get knowledge, but you also get qualifications. Now, thirdly, ideology. Part of the problem is that the youth, some of the youth get wrong ideology. Ideology of sectarianism, of religion, of tribes, of working for foreign interests. If you take that line, you will fail. Because I have been watching all these years. Many of the people who came into at independence were young people. All of them were young people. They were not old people. But because they did not address the issue of ideology, that's why we had so many problems in Uganda. Tanzania, where Mwalimu addressed the issue of ideology, has been stable all this time. Even when there's anything they didn't do today, tomorrow they will do it because it is stable. And Mwalimu started with a good ideology of uzalendo, of patriotism. That's why Tanzania has been peaceful all the time. So, the three words for the youth: discipline, knowledge and skills, and ideology. You look at those three, I can assure you will go far. After that, you should ensure to lead a productive life, to be in productivity. Don't lead a life of parasitism, of depending on others. Be sure that you can do something. And we have told you, the sectors here in Uganda are 4, and they are all there. There is commercial agriculture, where you can be either as a small commercial farmer or as a big one if you have the land. And we have told you what to do in either case. Manufacturer. That's the second sector, manufacturing. And I'm glad when I was touring the kiosks there, I saw some of you processing. There were those who were doing honey. I saw them there. Honey and other bee products. There were those who were making a shandy from juice from sugarcane. There were others who were processing meat, making a mkaro. There are even people from Mityana who are making sanitary pads from Ebseisa. Ebseisa numbimanya. Abakumanya Ebseisa bachigano ba. Ebseisa nei. Olio omukono Ebseisa nei ki. Joza mzindaro bagambi. Mzindaro guli. You know, our languages here are much richer than English. English is a poor language. They don't have enough words. You can imagine they don't have a word for here. They say forehead. What's that now? Forehead, front head. Ebseisa, tell us what Ebseisa are.
Your Excellency, Ndi Richard Mpolera, District Councillor, Onajwechera abakuzire, District ya Kabale. Ebseisa,
Ebseisa is the inside of a papyrus reed. When you remove the cover of the papyrus, which is very rough, it can cut you. It is very rough. Then what is inside is Ebseisa. Now, some young people there are taking those Ebseisa and making sanitary pads out of them. There. And also paper. You remember Egypt was the first country in the world to make paper. And they were making it from papyrus. So even now, those people are making, again, paper from papyrus. So they are making sanitary pads, but also paper. So there you have the whole area. And I've been telling people, we started telling you some years ago that these courses you are selecting in university, because you want a degree, you should be careful. You should choose either something you like, but knowing very well that it may not get you a job, but you like it. You study it. If you study Latin, sanctum sanctorum, oh, fine. And you get a degree in Latin. Where will you work? But if you like Latin and you qualify in it, but you are ready to come and do other things, because education is education, even if you are qualified in a social science, because of the education exposure, you can do other things. You can do business, you can do agriculture. That agriculture we are talking about, you can do it in a better way. So, once you have that qualification, or you don't have, but areas of productivity are here: commercial agriculture, manufacturing. Those have just handled a few, but there are so many. Maize milling, the milk products, we've got a lot of milk here, the bananas, the fibers, banana fibers, ebirere, nebigogo, nenkonya. All those are raw materials of whatever you want. We are now going to develop a project of emigano, bamboo, in the other areas, the other hills of Rwampara and Singo and so on. Because to make very good paper, we need, you can use bamboo. And we are now importing paper. You can imagine Uganda is importing paper. I think $200 million or something. But we shall make all those paper here, all that paper here. And many people can grow the bamboo and we process it. So therefore, number one, commercial agriculture. Number two, processing. Then there is services. Some of you are already active in services, hotels, tourism. We have been studying the issue of tourism. This area is very good for tourism. And some other parts of Uganda are good. We have been working on the tarmac, on the roads for tourism, but we are now refining our thinking, because some of the tourists are very rich people. They don't have time to waste, to come and land in Entebbe and drive 400 kilometers to come here. So we are thinking of developing international airports near some of the tourist sites, like Chidepo, Kasese, Fort Elizabeth, somewhere near Bwindi, whether we do it on the Chi side or what. Kisoro is there, but Kisoro, those mountains, I don't know how good they are for the aircrafts, big aircrafts. So we are going to work on that also, so that we capture the tourists who want to come and drive and see the whole country, and the ones who want to come with their private planes, land, see, and go away. So you, as the youth, you should look at these options. I see Dr. Mariamus is working on that. There are jobs known as BPOs, business processes outsourcing, where you can be here as an accountant in Kabale and you help somebody in Canada check his accounts books, and you send the work on the internet and you are paid here. But also other electronic innovations. I was very happy to see a young person there from Bara University. There was a group who have made an electronic monitor for the body, to monitor blood clots and so on. We are going to support all those. We are going to support you. We shall support you with the government funds. Then there is the knowledge economy. Because this processing and so on, we are using old technology, old science. But your people, I saw you are very well educated. Like yesterday, I was having a meeting with our scientists in NARO, National Research Organization, who have discovered a vaccine against the ticks. We are going to roll it out. They're already checking it, we're going to roll it out. Now, that knowledge economy, our scientific cadres, those ones I don't have to talk too much about them because they know what to do. And they're already doing it. They are making the electronic vehicles, electric, not electronic, electric vehicles. They are making, working on electric batteries, on the pathogenic economy, like the vaccines and so on. Those ones, the debt is on the side of the government to give them enough money and promptly, not wasting their time. So therefore, we should have a population of wealth creators. This is very crucial for you to understand, because you can have a population of leisure seekers. Abarukunda okwetanyagura. In the world, it's known, like for instance, the biggest economy in the world now is the United States, followed by China, followed by Japan. Japan is a small country. It's not such a big country. But they are very hardworking people. They have got a culture of hardworking. The Japanese are known, they are hard workers. That's how their country came from defeat in the Second World War. It has now been the second richest economy in the world until China overtook them because of size. China has got size, but the Chinese are also very hard workers. The Germans. So, you, the youth of Uganda, what are you going to be? Nyonjo mukozi. Nyowe omnyeto gwa nyumwabazi. The former youth, I am a hard worker. Wherever you put me, I will work. I will deliver. Okuri sente, okuhinga, okurwana, whatever you want, I am available. The youth movement, because the youth council, women council, eria akakiuka kanja kabagurisi n'abakayikuru akanango minister wetu aliyaho, minister of the elderly, Jidudu. These councils are not really for implementation as such, because the implementation is being done by the government structures. You have the parish, that's an implementation unit, a sub-county, a district, a ministry, These are the implementation units. These councils, why we set them up, were mainly ideological and mobilization units to spread ideas. Imwe ababuruzi b'engiri abakati mukwasa kuza kutarrana na district, abaka district niyo kutomo nkora, egomboro niyo kutomo nkora, omuruka guri yaho ati ebyo kuza kuteka no kwihura tokuja kubizamu kokuza kubizamu no rubato musafuriya z'abandi, but ogwawe no kuburira engiri ukwetegeza engiri ya NRM ukajiburra. This is the work of the council. Sensitization. So, what are you sensitizing the youth about? I see you sensitizing dancing in mpaka chini. Okay, is that all you are sensitizing them about? Aba-Japan wazini yuka tekeri mu-Japan nazo. Have you ever seen Japanese night clubs? I don't know. Do they go to night clubs, Japanese? I don't know. So, what is, in fact, I'm sorry I've not been interacting with the youth so closely, but now I will take more time. What is the content of the message? What is the content of the message of the youth movement in Uganda? What is the content? Abatsigazi numbarisa ki ekigambo ekyokulisa. So the economy is doing well. Statement, the five sectors are doing well. The private sector is doing a good job, but the problem has been corruption in the civil servants and the politicians also, which you should fight. Because the youth movement, because the youth council should see those corrupt people and expose them. That will be part of your work. Because you are in the society, you can see what is happening. Now, regarding this area, as you can see, this area is very productive, but we have not yet harmonized it. It can be more productive. I introduced a pilot project in Rukiga, near Muhanga, where somebody was growing apples and was irrigating from the swamp. Apples. What I was trying to tell our people here is that use the water in the valley to irrigate the hills. Those hills should be green all the year round because there is water down here. But we have not fully harmonized on that. Therefore, the area here is underutilized because you are only using the rain. You wait for the rain. But if you understand my vision, you don't have to wait for the rain, you can irrigate. The valleys can be granular for water, then you irrigate the hills through pumping, through solar pumps like the one I had put at near Muhanga. When I come back for the country, for the zonal tour, we shall discuss more about that. These areas can produce all the year round through rain and irrigation. We are now using only half of the year. When it rains, that's when we produce. But why not irrigate? nahura n'umuhimbisa ka muntu na ka muntu kumurahurire entaroko na ka muntu kandi mutagiye ngo ngumugurisi yabata ka muntu natunde embire umuntu owahinga embire azihanika zibe eminekye anyuka ayihamu eshande kandi takugarukiraho eshande agita omu rwina erigamu amaarwa garwagwa nangwa abamwe tibagarukiraho nibateekana rwagwa nayo baihamu kari akarikubaitira kimwe kari akamweisha mbwenu ati ka muntu wena atunde embire zanje mbwenu ka muntu nansisira eshande ansisira rwagwa abanyanguni niko bakugeta bageta rwagwa ansisira nakari akarikukira kubaita munonga mbwenu ka muntu mugambire ngu rugahambire z'omugurisa abo kuba factory indi kubaretera omu Rwanda ati mwene ogwo omutsigazi natwara obutare abwiha omu itaka abutwarira abaheru babano banyuka babano baihamu rwagwa esente zoona ezirikweyongeraho emirimo babano bagitwara hati ogwo omutsigazi warikutwara obutare bamuhereza $47 buri tani ati tani egyo wagikoramu ebyoma noyongeraho kakye obutare nka 1.4 tons oihamu $6 nka 6 mbwenu natusisira mugambira arekeraho ka muntu natufiriza sente atufiriza emirimo nikyo ngwendera factory bahata abarikwija kwombeka factory abahikire hino bayi tugambire abahisize we support it, but the money was not renewed this time because of the problems we had, the temporary problems of Corona, the war in Ukraine, but that scheme would be replenished. But what we did, I think we said, no new ones, but the old ones must continue being supported. But it was a temporary measure. About the 4 billion, that somebody took away the 4 billion from the youth councils, it would be brought back. Some of these people are shameless. How do you find somebody with very little and then you take away the very little? It's not common sense. So finally, I thank the UN and the family of the UN for their support for some of our programs. I'm coming back in this area to discuss in more detail our wealth creation. So this time we came for the youth. Twaletwa eminyeto mwareba abasirikare nibakumba mwashemerwa nimwe bari kwija bayingi rihanga bampera umugisha.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the President. Thank you.